right. Let's start. Look, wrong screen. There we go. Hey, Nocturnal. How are you? I hope you're going well. We are going to continue off from where we left last time. So if we go to an RFC, which one's opened? We'll just go to this one. You're all right? That's good to hear. Just going to zoom in. So if we just open up one of these, and we scroll down to the description, we can type stuff in here. I'm going good. I'm glad it's the weekend. I've got a busy weekend though, so, oops. Yeah. Bought some stuff for my bike, which is fun. So now I've got the spare tire on the bike. Well, I bought a little bag on the bike, so it just sits on the bike. So I put all my tools in there, which I used to carry in the in my bag, and I put the spare tires and stuff like that in there too. So now I've got more space in my bag. Okay. Today we are gonna fix this up. Now the one problem is we can't actually save this at the moment. So we'll need to create an endpoint to save just the description. We'll need to make sure that up here we've removed that from there. And we'll need to test it. And we'll need the front end to send that data to the back end. So let's get started. All right. So first things first, with this, if we just open up the network tab, I'm just going to hit save. So there's one thing I do kind of want to change. At the moment, it sends the person back here. And I'm tossing up whether or not that's now any good UI UX, or whether or not to keep the person on that page. And I'm heavily leaning on keeping the person on that page. The second thing is there will be multiple save things on the page. So, before I go too far ahead, so if we have a look at the Kanban board, essentially with all these tabs we've got different save buttons and stuff and so forth like that. So we're doing pretty much the same thing here. So let's go to change task description and scroll up. We want to put in a simple HR to give us that line. We want div class equals a simple row. We're going to finish up that div right now. What else we need is just a simple button. Class equals btn primary, and then update description. So we're not going to add in any functionality at this 1 second. I just want to see how it looks. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is run npm run watch. Sorry, this is going to take 40 seconds. There we go. Going to close it on this side. So we should have description. Now that's going to take up the whole entire thing. We're going to fix that. So we kind of want something like this. If we actually have a look at it, how we've done it, we've got a submit row. And then, we've got a column and D12. All right, cool. So we might as well do that also. So, submit row, div class equals col and D12, and div. And we actually made this an A tag. With the href equals JavaScript void. Alright, let's just hit save. I just want to see how it looks. Alright. So we kind of want to keep the same thing where the button's over there. So once again, we just have a look at this. We're referencing exactly what we've done before. So we've got save changes as the class. Save changes, which will move that to the right. We also have an event built on it. So on click. So we might as well go v on click. I don't know if it's click or clicked. Alright. And then what we need is update description. Update change task description. I'm just going to write update description instead. Just keeping it simple and easy. So that should be update description. Done. Alright. Description. Not descriptions. There's only one. So at the moment it'll do nothing. That's fine. We're just double checking this works. I'm assuming it does. If we actually inspect that element, you see that we've got an event on it. So clicked. Boom. Alright. I don't know what this is, this song. Alright. This is meant to be chill. Alright, this is really weird. Where's the lo-fi? And hello Sandy, how are you? I hope you're having a good night. I am trying to find the lo-fi. This is a weird song. I'm just going to forward it to the next one. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to get this data and send it to the back end. So const form data to send equals new form data, and then data to send dot set. And what we want is change task description. This dot change task description model, and then we use Axios. I think, yes, we're using it in here. Axios dot post. We essentially will have the URL, which will most likely be this dot root URL, followed by if we actually have a look. I've already lost what this URL is. I'm just gonna hit save. And how are you doing, Sandy? I hope you're going well. Change task information save. Ugh. Let's have a look at the URL. We'll figure this out. To do, and then data to send. I'm only just structuring this out at the moment. Then response. Probably will do nothing. And then catch error. Probably will do nothing either at the moment. Promise me a response? Are you just talking about Axios? or the fact that I've got to do that? Sorry, I'm on a different page, Sandy. All right, getting back into this. Oh, I wanted to look at the URLs in near beach. All right, let's search for change task, which will be at the top of these URLs. So we've got change task information, we've got delete, we've got get change task list, we've got save, we've got change task update status. Baron, yes, yeah. Don't worry, I won't. What else? Alright, you. Yes, I don't get many of them that I forget how to ban people. And it takes me about 30 seconds to figure it out again. Alright, so what we want is path, change task update, change task information. We will need the / int change task ID, and then / update / description. And then what we'll do is we'll go to change task views.update change how are we doing this? Change task delete update change task update description name equals change task update description. Sorry, I was watching it. Oh yeah, all good, all good. You need to go to bed, Sandy. Anyway, good night, Sandy, and I do hope you have a good sleep. So yes, enjoy your evening. All right, let's just bang this here. Bang, bang, bang. All right, cool. Now this will error out at the moment because we haven't made that that endpoint. So we're doing that right now. So under change task views, we'll scroll up to the top. So we've got change task and then update description. Oh, we've got update status here. We could just have update description. Okay, cool. I'm just double checking all these. So we require posts, yep. We require login, yep. We need the change task permission of level 2 or greater. Yes, we do. And then we can go ahead. So what I want to do in the URLs is I want to get rid of most of that. And then what I want to do in here, I'll just put those there for the moment. Actually, let's a post node to update the change task description. Param request, we don't need any information. Param change task ID, we change task ID to update the description. And then return success 200. All right, cool. I'm terrible at writing those. So first things off, we need a form equals change task description form. We don't have one yet, so request.post, we'll have to make it. Easy to make. If not, form.is valid. In fact, there might be a similar form where we're just dealing with description data and notes and so forth like that. return HTTP response bad request, and then we just go form.errors. So what we want is get change task, change task results equals change task dot object dot get change task ID equals change task ID. Perfect. And then update the change task results. And hey, Owen, how are you? The wedding was good. I was very exhausted the day after. But otherwise, no, it was lovely. It was lovely. So, yeah, it's how many weeks now? It's been nearly 2 weeks. So, yeah. Okay, so change task results dot. Okay, so change task description equals form.clean data, and then what we want is change task description. All right, keeping it simple. You're good. Been all night working on my site. Fair enough. Fair enough. How is it going? You're working on the social social work networking site, right? All right. So once it's done that, we got change task results dot save. Easy done. And then just return HTTP response and nothing. Because we don't need to send back any other sort of data. We can send back a blank message. Easy done. So now we've just got to make this form. But first, I want to see if there is a form where we're just dealing with just the description field. So we've got description, fault. Yep, all right, cool. No. Because if we could reuse any of these, that'll be great. So what I'm looking for is just something with just one field, and I think I've scooted through all of them. Yep, I have. All right, what about notes? Add note form. Could work. Socks, you can't just sit right on my mouse. Oh, what's that on the table? Oh, that's the sooty stuff. So, alright, cool. I was meant to wait, sorry, let me catch up. Oh yeah, I was meant to be, but I don't know enough React yet to make it. Just trying to get my site up before I learn something new, because React is a bit on the heavy side for me. Fair enough. I've scratched up a little on React on the weekend. Sorry. So, I'm not going to use the add notes. I think in this sort of case, we kind of want the change task form. So let's go back here. Change task description form. So, oops, I'm just all over the place at the moment. All right. So we got a status form. So we just want a class, bang that in, forms dot. In this sort of case, do we need model form? Yeah, model. We'll see what happens with model form. Class meta model equals change task, and then the field is just going to equal the change task description, and that's all we need. And we need a space after that. Yeah, I just feel like it would be nice for me to have an actual functioning website you all can visit and check out on what projects I make this. Yeah, fair enough. There's nothing that looks good yet. You could always implement React later. So go the proof of concept first. So build up the site using just your stock standard sort of templates. I'm assuming you're using Laravel, if memory serves me correctly. So you can use the stock standard sort of templates. Sure, every single page when you submit something will just cause a page to refresh and stuff like that. But what you could do is you can basically build in some quick and nasty JavaScript on those pages to handle all that. And then once you got the proof of concept, that's when you would start building in extra tools and add more frameworks. Have your React? Yes, you can. And I do believe that's part of the setup process. Breeze and stuff, yes. Yep. So what you could do is have those pages rendered out and then later on move that sort of rendering process into just rendering the basic sort of template and then having React contact the nodes and then have React render and all that kind of fun stuff that way. Remember, a lot of the social sites started out like that too. And it's fine doing that just to get up a proof of concept. Remember, proof of concepts can be a spreadsheet for some things. I'm trying to think of the Nomad site, which essentially tells people how much things will cost, how good it is to be a nomad there or bad, sort of different sort of values and all that kind of stuff. That started out as a spreadsheet. So, yeah, fun times. You just need that proof of concept. Of course, this is coming from me who, builds a whole entire site instead of a proof of concept. So, not the I'm not preaching what I practice. I'm not practicing what I preach, sorry. So. Yes, I know. I haven't mastered it yet, but I've made some giant leaps. Oh, there's nothing in there to actually cause it, but these look nice now. I've no interest in it is the issue. Fair enough. All right, so we got this. This should be a good back end for what we, the forms for what we want. We've got the change task views. I'm just going to close the change task information tab. We will be fixing more stuff. So this we now need to import. So up here, change task description form. All right. And scrolling down, update description. So all of this should now be working. We should get a, we're getting a reloading, but sometimes this crashes. So I'm just gonna hit the, all right, attribute area, module near page view, change task views has no attribute, change task update description. Is that part of this? So I'm just gonna hit stop. Because sometimes Django will, especially if you got sometimes Django when the dev server is running, it will just lock up itself if you edit something like the URLs. Yeah, if you like, I can add you to my new server and you can see all my commits and progress. Yeah. It's been a while since I've used Laravel. This is my last job. One thing I would say, most sites can be more static than most people make them. This makes the site slow. As a result, says the person who made their own language to model front-end wizards. Alright, I'm just gonna hit update description. Oh wait, I need to actually change the this, because now we actually have where we've got to go. So change task information, and then what we want to do is this dot location ID. Oh, we don't actually need to do any of this, because what it's doing is it's sending it to this, but we're just appending the update description at the end. So update description. Now I'm double checking that in the URLs that I've got it as updating description. update hyphen description. All right. That way I can have multiple updates and it'll still work. All right. Pretty good with front end, slowly getting there with the back end. Can't wait to be a full stack dev. Yeah, fair enough. There's a lot of back end though. There's also, don't forget the deployment of the sites and keeping them running. And a lot of things like, I don't consider VueJS or React or anything like that fully front end, just because I think front end's also making it look really, really pretty because there's a lot of logic in it. The stack is pretty deep, yeah. I heard about polymorphic relationships. Oh God. So many morphing relationships. Oh God, I don't want to touch that just yet. I noticed a bug. This actually should be highlighted. But we'll just come back to that. I'm just going to hit update description. It's not going anywhere. Do I have it programmed incorrectly? Or is this meant to be on click? Are you full stack if you never write a device driver or firmware? I've used Arduino before, but only for little tiny silly things like making lights flash and so forth like that. I have it on my site for tags as categories for my blog posts. Ah, nice. Ooh, sorry. It is late here. I'm just hitting update description. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm actually turning this into a button. Fuck what I did. Sorry, excuse my French. Screw what I did elsewhere. Let's hit save. Or it goes like this in the URL categories tag name. Yeah, fair enough. Yep. That is a good way to do it. I recently had to write my own RSS feed for work. That was fun. Never written one before in my life. All right, I'm clicking that. What's gone wrong? Let's hit refresh. There's a lot of red. All right, click this. No, wrong one. Okay. Unhandled error during the execution of native event handler. Axios is not defined. Oh, it's right in front of me. Require. Sorry. Axios require. No, that's not how it's done. Const Axios equals require. Yep. All right. Cool. All right. Good. Okay. I just need a job waiting for my. Convert the garage over for me to live in. I really need my own place now. Things are getting a bit crazy in my room. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I fully understand. Sadly, this is not for a lack of trying, but when I moved out of home when I was 23. I didn't have enough money from a job to actually move out. I was only earning like if I was lucky, $150 a week. And it wasn't until I actually got a job where I was earning $30,000 a year that I was like, great, I can move out and stuff like that. So that was when I was 23. So I was still doing uni. Yeah, I was doing it part-time so I could work and move out of home and move closer to uni and stuff like that. You had hard times? I think it's a bit harder now. I honestly think it's a lot harder nowadays for the people who are currently going through university at the moment. I was 27-ish, I think, but I had a PhD, so that hits the snooze button pretty hard, yes. Yes. I know that some universities in Australia, they have tax-free scholarships. So they would be like, let's say $30,000 a year, but they'll be tax-free. So you're guaranteed all of that money. And the idea was that you could live on it and just not have to work, so you would spend time on your PhD. Which I think is pretty good. Your PhD was fun? Oh, that's good, yep. I have a friend who did a PhD. Took him, I think, 3 years. It wasn't long. All right. And I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Why is it going to update the script? Oh, all right. No. I've done something stupid. This isn't meant to have that there. It's meant to be like this. It was not worth their money. Update description. All right, let's save a description here. We are saving this description. Smiley face. So it says it's done it. Let's hit refresh. Let's hit description. Done. All right, cool. That was pretty simple. Now the next bug I want to fix is I want that underlined. All right. So if I double click this, if I refresh this, double click this, the details is underlined. So card information. I'm just having a look at where I've done it elsewhere and seeing, I'm pretty sure I'm missing a tag or something. So not under card information. So if we scroll up at the top, that's the header, this is the menu. Active. Okay, cool. So what I want is, I want this section here, which I think is the change task module. So I need to go to change tasks, change task modules, class, active. Gonna hit save. Sadly, my diploma didn't go well paid for with a bank loan. I didn't realize till after I could do it through government funded website. Yeah, no, bank loans are, in Australia, we've got what's called HEX, which is essentially a government loan. So, for my bachelor, all of my course was paid through HEX. And then what actually happens, and this is, I like this idea. So HEX tax brackets. So depending how much you earn depends how much you pay on your HEX. So anything below This is for the year 21 to 22, so let's go 22 to 23. So this currently financial year, anything under $48,361, you don't pay a cent. From this amount of money, you pay 1%, so 1% of what you're earning. You pay this much, and so forth like that, and then you got the ridiculous one where essentially, this one where you're paying 10% and stuff like that. And I think this works. So the loan doesn't have any interest on it, but it's indexed. So it only goes up if the inflation goes up. So yeah. Yeah, sure. UK, we have something like that too. Oh, cool. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's it really does incentivize that. Yes, you have to actually pay off these loans. However, the fun fact is, someone did a request of information. I think that's what it's called. Essentially, they asked the government, "What's the top 100 hex loans?" And someone's in there with 700,000. Yeah, they're not going to pay that off. And the good thing with those loans, I've paid mine off this year. So officially, it will be on paper at the moment. It's paid off, I think. But officially, it'll be paid off in May. So we're like, yeah. So yeah. I'm happy. Alright, so this is saving. This is working perfectly fine. We just need to reload. We've got the underline there. Now we just need to do the MISC. So with the MISC, we need to bring these two items. Well, sorry. This. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go to uni now. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think don't want to go back to studying. I mean, if money wasn't maybe, but maybe highly not. If money wasn't a problem, I'll be probably working on Near Beach and a bunch of different tools on stream, 9 to 5 thing, 4 days a week. I meant if I was of age. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still would. It was sort of great experience. If I went back now with what I know, I would probably get a CS degree. And I would definitely try and jump on a Fang. Is it Fang now? What is it? Because Facebook's Meta now. The new acronym. I would probably try and do that. I've considered going back and doing a CS Masters. Oh, fair enough. Mang? Is it Mang now? I don't know. More like Mangy. Yeah, either die. Someone's going to change their name again and, you know, presto. I'm surprised it isn't M, because that would be Meta, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, Netflix. Man! Alright, so what we want to do, that was a terrible joke. I'll see myself out later. Alright. We want to move this down here. So let's do that. So change task models. We're happy with this. We're going to close to save it. We're going to close the URLs for the moment and the change task views and the forms. We are going to come back to those. So I've considered moving from my current job because I want to get back into writing code more. Fair enough. Doing way too much DevOps system admin stuff at the moment. Yep. Fair enough. Yeah, I do enjoy the coding. I mean, I don't mind the system admin sort of stuff, but I'm a very junior to mid-tier with that. Very old school too, because I learned 10 years ago and didn't really jump on the Docker sort of trend. Hence why I knew about Kubernetes. Yep. And your knowledge is greatly appreciated, trust me. Because I should have jumped on Docker when it first came out. I was stupid about that. Alright, change task description. We want to close that. We want to close that. We want to close that. Alright, I just closed everything really. I'm just going to minimize everything just so I can concentrate on what I need to. So JS components, change task. We want change task information because we're ripping stuff out of here. We also want the modules open and we want the change task misc. So what we're doing is we're still gonna have this split down here because this bar doesn't need to be so wide. In fact, it can be really half of that. Yeah, it can be half of that. And the downtime one, now, that is a label, it is a button, it is for downtime data. We do have a checkbox and all that kind of stuff. Containers are interesting, but I ran into a nice breakage of encapsulation where depending on the base container, the DNS broke. Ooh. All right, so. I was so hoping that there was like a picture of a fire and someone screaming. Alright. Oh, where did I put that bear? So I'm getting distracted because I bought the This Is Fine bear and I don't know where it's gone. Is it dns.com? Yes, love it. What's DNS? Oh, I went to a book. All right, yeah. Yeah, I love it. Bit disappointed that, you know, there was no people like with a server running around there. Alright, so instead of the description where we've got this laid out like this, because the description will use that whole thing, we're going to keep this up here. So what I want to do is I want to scroll in here, I want to go misc, and essentially I'm deleting that, and I am cutting this out. Oops, wrong button. Cutting that out. I'm just pasting it in here, making sure I put the end on. I then close this down, get rid of this, and then hit save. And we're just going to see how it lays out. Now, we've got problems. This won't render. Change stakeholder model. So, change. Yep. All right. Cool. So, what we want to do is we want to bang that and bang that. We also want to go down here. So we want to look in our, wait. We want to see in here first. So commit, update destination, URL, user level, change tasks. So we've got type description, we don't have this particular, where did it go? Oh, that's the title, whoops. Downtime model. All right, so what I want to do is, I'm just doing that, going down here, and then we want to add something in here. Now I'm just pasting this for reference. So what we want is downtime. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I is downtime. And it automatically did that, and I hate when that happens. And then we got this dot change task results 0 dot field dot change task. Ooh, downtime. Oh, I don't know. All right. Also, Podman is better than Docker. It allows for rootless containers and will even write your system empty unit file for you. Just a little shill. Fair enough. Well, actually, I really should just search, because we all know I'm just going into this search functionality now until I update and get the better dashboard. Now I'm just making sure I haven't written it in here. New card, create a near beach Podman container. I'm assuming this is the site. Like Docker, we could convince people who use Podman to use near beach. Smiley face. I'll put that up higher. The bug I fixed. And yeah. Yeah, just close that. Close that. I'll go back to this. It also allows you to define pods using Kubernetes meta. Oh yes, please. Yes, definitely. I'm assuming. Oops, I didn't want to go to this one. I wanted to go to the Docker. I'm assuming I will need another repo, which is all fine and dandy and stuff like that, and just have Podman, but it'll be set up similar to how Docker's set up. How I've got Docker set up, and so that way I can use actions to send off the stuff, send off the builds, and so forth. The container image is the same. Okay, cool. So I could potentially just use that. All right, going back into here, we're just looking at MISC. I haven't done anything. Oh, I haven't. All right. Oh yeah, we were just doing this. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm getting really distracted tonight. It's Friday. It's been a long week. I want to get some stuff done. Realize that I've got a lot of tax to pay. Oh god. Not a problem. I've actually, I'm good with my money. So the extra money I actually earned, I put into my home loan, knowing full well a third of it will be taxed, and then I just redraw. Earn less interest on it. I don't spend it. All right. So I'm after near beach change tasks. View data. Change task description. Is downtime. So now we need to edit the view. It's just you do podman X instead of Docker X for the most part. Fair enough. But instead of compose, you can use Kubernetes manifests. Ooh, all right. Some of that I understood. I'm trying to remember what Kubernetes manifests are. It'll come back to me one day. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. I used to have a manager where I used to explain everything very, very technical to her. And she was like, yeah, you're doing work? Great. Right up to the extent, thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. So. All right. I'm getting lost again. We need to go to the view X. So what I need to do with the change tasks is I need to put in here is downtime. And this will be false by default. Oh, shoot. We might actually have a problem. So if I go to view and I go to components and I go to change task information, let's have a look at change task of results fields. Is downtime? Oh, good. It's in that. Cool. There are some times where I have issues converting from Python booleans to JavaScript booleans, in which case I usually have to add in an extra layer of fluff, which is, in this sort of case, I don't need to. So, get change task is downtime. We just have a state. What we do is we just return state dot is downtime. Right, cool. Update change task is downtime. State payload. Okay, so state dot is downtime equals payload dot is downtime. All right. Doesn't the JSON lib handle that? Yes, I do believe you were correct, and I've just forgotten that. So, for some strange reason, there was a little alarm in my head being like, oh, wait a minute. Is this the case where I need to change it? But no, the little alarm was just a little too excited. All right, so we've got update, we've got the gets, we've got the updates, or mutations. Okay, so we're mutating this. We also need to put it into here. So this would be, state dot is downtime equals payload dot is downtime. Okay, the main issue I have is that Python has no nil, which can be fun. Yeah. When getting a JSON blob. Fair enough. Don't think I've come across that issue yet. Touch wood, I don't. Because that will be annoying because it'll take me days to figure it out. Okay, so we've mutated it. We've done the single ones down here. So we've got this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the task description. I'm going to leave it here for a moment, and I'm going to show you what I did last stream that's going to work. So we've got it computed. We've got the change task description model, and we've got a get where we actually access the store to get the information, and we've got a set. And this worked really well. So I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I'm just going to move this all the way over here so I can reference the data, reference how it's all done. without having any issues. So first things first, let's type in, well, we don't have any components at the moment, but we've got computed, and that's an object. Then we've got is downtime. Oh, what is our modal called? Change is downtime. We're just going to call it is downtime modal. Just to make it smaller. So that will be an object where we've got a get function, which will return this dot store dot state dot change path dot, and then we've got is downtime. I do believe that's just is downtime. And then set, and we've got is downtime, and then we've got this store.commit, and that's an object where we've got the type is update change task is downtime, and then we've got is downtime this dot oh no, it will be just is downtime. All right, sweet. That's all we really need for that particular one. We'll probably be doing the same with the stakeholder. Just wait, I wanted to use JSON in Python for a bit of testing for something that was using JSON in the front end. Turns out there's no decent Python bindings, and the stuff I did was buggy as hell. Damn. Yeah, I would have given up after a while too. Alright, I am just going to grab what's the time? Oh, 8:40. I'm just going to grab just a drink of water. In the meantime, where are the cat treats? Alright, cool. Just give me 2 seconds. So, Socks is back. She's like, what? Stay there, sweetie. Stay there. Stay. Treats are coming to you. So I will be back. Give Socks a hidden one. Whilst I get a drink of water. Alright, I am back. Oh, I should have done full screen. There she is. Here you go. She's like, I can smell it, but I don't know where it is. She also has a new bed. So this bed actually fits on the window. And she sits on it. And already today, she's cracked the bejeevers at the neighbor's cat. She's fine with it when it was on the other side of the driveway, and then it came over, and she's like, no! And then, yeah, she got angry. And upset, and I had to pick her up and hold her for about 5-10 minutes as she calmed down. Alright, I'm just going to go back to my screen display. I'll leave her there. So, one thing I do want to do is I want to separate these. So we've got the stakeholders, and then what I want to do we've got one row, and I want to create a new row. So div class equals row. Div, and then I'm doing the oldest trick in the book, copying, pasting, and I'm deleting stuff. So start from the top. So I'll delete this. Stakeholders, yep, that's good enough information. I will delete this. Socks. So, and then I don't need this, so I'll delete it. And then here, I don't need the stakeholders information. All right. Easiest little cheat in the book. Hit refresh. Oh, I've broken something. It's going to tell me I'm missing a bunch of fields and all that kind of stuff. Yep, is not a function. All right, not a problem. We'll fix this up in a second. All right. So this will be change tasks. We'll be doing the exact same thing with this, I do believe. Yeah, so change. Where we'll have a get and we'll have a set. So change stakeholder like so. All right. One thing I do want to get rid of that because it's kind of implied in here. So stakeholder model. Going from the top, we just need stakeholder model. Going down to state if there's, please click on the no downtimes, change its status to change its status. All right, we'll keep it like that for the moment. This will be is downtime model, and oh, that's where we've got, okay, so is downtime, we need to yank from change tasks. So is downtime, we just cut because it's no longer needed there. So we've got computed, then we've got methods, which is an object, and we just paste that in there. I put a picture in the patch pictures. All right, let's have a look. Aww. So adorable. Which one's that one again? I know you've got emojis of them. And I'm terrible with other people's cats' names. I'm terribly sorry. But very adorable. Mocha. Aww. Very cute. Socks gets very jealous. Let's just say that. She doesn't like it when I pat other animals. All right, format dates we don't need. Save change tasks we don't need to do. We need to just bump that out. We need to notify the user that it has saved and stuff like that, but I've got a modal for that which will key in there. All right. So going back to this, let's hit reload. Can't access is property downtime. State change task is undefined. Ooh. All right. What have I done wrong? Let's have a look at this for reference editor. Yep. Axios. Yep. I'm just going to yank this line. And then I'm going to paste it. Oh, all right. So just a spelling mistake. Or a case mistake, I should say. He's the same. He complains if I pick up and fuss his brother. Fair enough. Luckily, his brother prefers bit. Fair enough. Yeah, it was. I got Socks when I had Toby Tripod, who was getting very, very lonely at home when I left him by himself because he always had some animals to interact with and so forth like that. So yeah, he got some company. And it didn't take too long for Socks to actually like Toby, because Toby was very, very sociable as a cat. Believe it or not, really liked other cats. If the other cat didn't hiss at them or anything like that, he would try and make friends with them. Hitting reload. Property changed is down. Model was accessed but not during render. That is fine for the moment. So we've got this set up. We are going to put a HR between. So boom, boom, HR, and then we're going to fix up everything. So we've got stakeholders models. Then set update change task is downtime. I'm going to go to the VueJS, update change task is downtime. I'm just going to copy that. Can make sure it's correct. My two are actually brothers, so they've always been together. Aww. There was a point where my partner had 2 cats, I had 2 cats, and then we got together and then we had 4 cats. And then we got ourselves down to 2 cats. One passed away, sadly, and she was 15, and the other started causing trouble. And then during COVID, my partner's mother was, so we gave her that cat for company. But to be fair, she was getting stressed out. Property was accessed during render, but not rendered on instance. Alright, this is weird. Oh. Notate downtime, click to schedule, and then click to remove. Alright, cool. I think that's going to be the easiest way of doing this. Okay, we don't have any problems. No downtime, click to schedule. Downtime scheduled, click to remove. All right, cool. So that makes a lot more sense now. All right. So let's do the stakeholder model stuff. So up here, we'll have stakeholder. And currently, we set it to, what is downtime here? So there will be service downtime. Do you think I could explain that better? Because I can easily put a definition in here. No, it's okay? Okay, cool. Because yeah, I can, now that I've got these separate, I can actually fill this out a little bit more. And what I should do is I should flip these around and then have a button for updating the stakeholder. Because yeah, we want this to be shorter. All right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that. Cut this. char, paste it in. All right. And then this might be the thing where I'm actually going to have to separate these into two separate smaller modules. I should also state b class equals text instructions. Clicking will automatically update the value. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, this might be best as two smaller things and then put it into here, because otherwise I feel like this will get crowded now. So new file, what we want is we want for I'm just wondering if I should have change size is downtime. So I'm just going to put is downtime view, because it's under the modules anyway. And then the other one is change task stakeholders.view. I should just have stakeholders. .view. Need to rename this one. And then once again, I'm just going to cheat. So this change task misc, I'm just going to copy, I'm just going to paste, and I'm going to paste. And we're going to go through it in a minute. In here, I can pretty much delete everything. And then add in components. That's an object. Then we import our components. So what I want to do is I want to instantly change this to is downtime. And then this one to stakeholders. Now I've already made a mistake. Stakeholders is actually one word and not two. So this should actually be a lowercase h. Oops. All right. Sweet. And then I just delete all this. And this will make everything smaller. So import is downtime. No, that works wonders. Import stakeholders view. All right. The best way of doing that, but you know, it worked. Is downtime view, stakeholders view. Now we need to get rid of view. And that should be capital I. Is downtime, yep. And then we just need to render. So, is downtime, we'll go here. And stakeholder, once again, that shouldn't be like that. Have you used ToolQJ? Oh, sorry, JQ. No. It's a flexible command line JSON processor. Oh. Yeah, no, I haven't used it before. Oh, neat. Yeah. All right. Now that should be lowercase h. I make one mistake and it's causing me so many issues. All right. Already included in the file name. Been having fun with it to pass the output to some tests. Oh, nice. And then to message people their test failures in chat. Fair enough. At my last job, we were talking about texting people and stuff like that. We were using Slack. And then what I was doing, so I figured out how I can do this. So you can send the messages from the terminal and stuff like that, or a Python script and so forth. So I was doing that to my producer, and it was pissing him off. Oh, which reminds me, should I do that in Teams? Teams API, send message. All right, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, I don't know why it's complaining. Is it not picking up that I changed the file name? I don't know. Alright, so hopefully this works. So it does work, which is great news. Now we can just do a simple HR right here. This will simplify the code tenfold because that way each component's doing just one thing. I wrote a little bit of Python that kept track of emoji reactions, kind of like KarmaBot, if you've ever used that. It never ended up going into production though. Alpha was like, yeah, fair enough. At my last job, I'm pretty sure I got a lot of angry faces every now and then. I would say something stupid, purposely though. So yeah, let's deal with is downtime. So to say it's currently downtime, so we just need the first div statement. We're clearing out the rest. And then compute stakeholders, we don't need that information in here. Is downtime, yet we need methods as downtime. All right, cool. So this is just a simple, quick and easy, bang, that is done. This one, we need to get rid of the downtime stuff. Like so. And we scroll down and we get rid of the downtime stuff. Hey, sweetie. Socks is back. And we won't need any of these methods. All right, cool. So these are very small methods now. So when we get, what we want is we want this dollar store. Is it dollar store or store dollars? Tell you what. Doesn't hurt to actually yank this and use it as reference. Right, Fox, come here. Full skeleton time. it is $store. $store state, and then change task, and then what we want. She's like, I'm going to escape now. She goes back to bed. She's like, state dot change task, and then what we want is we want stakeholder. And then I want my mouse back. She's sitting on my mouse, no joke. Look. There's my mouse, right there. Oh. Alright, sucks. What are you doing? Alright. So what we want to do is first we want to store.commit. This is an object. Type is going to be update. Stakeholder is one word. I'll change to stakeholder. Alright, and then what we've got is stakeholder, and then we just go stakeholder, and I realized I put stakeholder there. Delete all that. And then, so we'll go update the view X, and then down here we actually want to say send to the backend. We've got to name our teams whatever we wanted. I named my team Megatherium, aka Giant Ground Slosh. I rocked up to work wearing this once. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Smoke. Give me 2 seconds. Actually, I better not do this. I could accidentally leak where I live if I do that. Alright, just wait. Wait. Sloth jumper. Riding dino. Wait, there it is. $40 plus. It'll be $50 all up. I'll wait until later. Let's just say that. I've spent enough lately, so I shouldn't be fair to download the image yet. I've got... So, as a joke, I was shopping and I came across a t-shirt that was Meowy Christmas, and it was large. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to actually wear this at a Christmas breakup party. This is back when I was at the university. The problem is, it was large for women, so it didn't quite fit me. So, there I am in this really small shirt with Meowy Christmas on me. Luckily I had a shirt underneath. Yeah. That picture was also a Team Slack image. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Yes, I would want to join that team. Alright, so send to the back end. We're going to use Axios. So we're going to import Axios from Axios. And then we're going to deal with the data here, whether it's true or false. So const data to send new form data. As you see, I'm being very consistent with what I'm doing. So set, what we've got is stakeholder. It's also team R. No one's left at the company anymore. Ah, damn. Yeah, that does happen. I know the original team I was in when I left the university just all... in my last workplace, I know there's only one person there left. So, you know. And then this will be stakeholder. Alright, cool. And then we need Axios, post, the URL. Now, we're going to copy what we did last time, so we're going to have update and then stakeholder. So update stakeholder, like so, and then data to send, like so, and then, I mean, we really don't need to do much. Not response, then response. We will do stuff, I promise. Add code telling user data is updated. Dot catch, it will be an error. I need to do this. I need to actually go through and do all the error logging and all that kind of stuff because it's terrible that I'm not. And Axios as a small a. To be fair, technically the company doesn't exist anymore. It got absorbed into a bigger company in the group. Some of my friends are still there. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, get set. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna add in the endpoint for the stakeholder. Alright, I really need a camera just to follow socks around. Just so people realize just how much headbutting I get when trying to work. She tries headbutting my hands. She's like, no, stop calling me. As she's running away. And then she comes back. Right, so you gotta make up your mind. And her tail causes my mouse to go up and down and sideways and all that kind of stuff. So the mouse actually picks up her tail. Okay, so we just need to deal with the back end. However, one thing I am going to state is socks don't sound on the keyboard. Nibbles. If I don't pay enough attention to it, well. Give me socks. Alright. One thing which I know I don't want done here is if someone starts typing, I don't want it to update the back end straight away. I want to wait 2 seconds before doing that. The reason being is if someone's typing something and the database, let's say the back end's getting throttled or something like that, I don't want this to time out. Because if you type in a person's name, there could be 10 characters and so forth like that. We don't want it to access it, send the data to the back end 10 times. We want to send it once. Yeah, now I've done that before. And I usually do a set timeout or something like that, but I do something tricky with it. And I'm trying to remember. So instead of doing the mounted stuff, new customers. Alright, no, that's a bit different. I'm trying to remember where I do it, because I wrote a mix-in for it, but the mix-in didn't quite work, so I had to remove the mix-in. The mix-in didn't work because every single time you tried adding in a new key, it would just create a new object with that mix-in and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't actually accessing the old data. And the idea was that there was, if memory serving me correctly, there was some data that stored the set timeout. And if that data existed, it redid the set timeout And then once the set timeout had been completed, it nullified the set timeout. So I'm just trying to remember what I did. So it's not that anymore. That's old code. Yeah, we could delete that. I think that makes sense. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Add bug wizard. This search timer equals set timeout and so forth like that. So it constantly destroy the first timer if it existed. So this timer does not equal blank. It destroys it. All right. And then it recreates it. All right. Yes, you can. I'm just trying to remember exactly how I did it because this way was the best way. It stopped things. Yeah, it stopped certain things happening. So I am just going to put this over on the side just for reference, and I am going to go back over. We're going to close the new projects. So with this data, we actually want to cut this because we're going to use it in a different thing. So we've got our methods and we're going to have update stakeholder in here. And we're just going to paste it in. Cool. Everyone should be happy. That should just do that. And then up here, we're going to have data. And then return. I keep forgetting the new way of doing this. I think it's just data and then you just do this. No. Alright. I've forgotten. Fine. Alright. Should I use NeoVim in VS Code? If you want to, it's up to you. Use the tools that make you more productive. Some tools will have a little learning curve, but you'll get that time back in a very short amount of time. Other tools, not so much. So if you want, try it out. You might not like it, you might love it. And then from there, figure out whether or not it is suited for you. So, yeah. I've used a lot of different tools over the time. So back when I was learning, I had a laptop that was not powerful at all. And we are talking in this back when single core was it. All right. So this laptop was like a gig, maybe a gig and a half gigahertz. And I had to use gedit in Linux. So yeah, just because no IDE would work. Do you like Vim or NeoVim? I like the Vim bindings in VS Code. I like the Vim bindings everywhere else. I like the concept of NeoVim. I just haven't found a setup yet. If that makes sense. I haven't set it up for me. And that's why I keep coming back to VS Code, why I keep coming back to PHP Storm, why I keep coming back to other IDEs. There's nothing wrong with NeoVim whatsoever. It's just, for me, I just haven't set it up. Gedit is old school. Yes, back in GNOME 2 days. I used Nano to edit code on a server. I used to run simulations on. Yeah, I've used Nano. I've used Nano on web servers before. I used to edit all my Apache files using Nano because I didn't know how to use Vim at the time. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, I like the shortcuts that Vim has, and I find that I use those shortcuts quite often. And that's why I prefer Vim, and I've only just scratched the surface of Vim. So yeah, over the years, there's times where I have to use Visual Studio for Umbraco 8 builds and so forth like that. and I'm in Visual Studio, and I'm just like, I would copy this line just by going YYP. I use Vim a fair bit too, but I don't use it enough for the bindings to stick in my head. Yes, so I'm slowly getting there. I just need more practice, really. So maybe one day I'll set up a NeoVim environment where it will be like this on the screen and stuff like that, and I'll be able to do stuff fast in it. So we never know. We never know. Alright, so data return. Okay, shit, I've just absolutely lost what I wanted to do. I wanted to set up the timer. So I want search. This won't be search timer. This will be update timer. And I do believe we just have it as an empty string to start off with. And then we go up here, we go, and then we destroy the first timer if it exists. So if this dot update timer does not equal a blank string, now that should actually be, because we are definitely defining that. Or is this one of the cases where it has to be 2? No, I'm pretty sure 3 will work here. And then we've got clear timeout, this dot update timer. And then we just set the timer. We set the timer. So this dot update timer equals set timeout. My lovely little cheat. Please feel free to take this. Now we want to wait. They've got 700. I'm going to go, I think 1200 will work really well. This dot update stakeholder. And that's it. Cool. So that will send data to the backend after 1.2 seconds. And everyone will be happy. Okay, now just double checking, I can close this window now. Double checking that we've got this as null, which is fine. But task, and I've got to save it. And I've got to make sure I did the change task. Stakeholder, I didn't do the stakeholder for either of those. Update, change task, stakeholder, spelled it right. State payload. Stakeholder equals payload dot stakeholder. Alright, cool. Everyone's happy, apart from Socks, who's looking at me being like, I want packs. There you go, sweetie. Okay. And then get change task stakeholder. And that's just state. Return state.stakeholder. Simple as that. All right. And then I just want to make sure everything's, so I've got the update stakeholder, we've got this, we've got that, we've got stakeholder. Okay, we've got to make sure that we send that information upstream down here. So stakeholder this dot change task result 0 fields dot change task stake. Oh, don't we have that as oh really, we just have it as stakeholder. View kind of boilerplate. Yeah, it is a little. It's very, yeah, you do the same stuff over and over again. I'm not gonna lie. But that's the power behind it too. Is one thing which I want to be able to do, if someone like writes something for Near Beach and stuff like that, they can guess all the variable names. They can guess how to access the different nodes and so forth like that. So now this is task required by. I've just absolutely done something stupid. This isn't stakeholder, this is required by. High balance to strike, yeah. Sorry, I'm renaming everything because, once again, I want people to be able to guess what the variable names and so forth like that. Now, I've stupidly read that and was like, all right, this is stakeholders, now it's required by. I am going to update that. So it'll be required by / stakeholders. So I just need to update some of this. Which won't take too long. So we've updated it here with the stakeholders. So required by / stakeholders. So we do need to update the VueJS pretty much everywhere now. I'm just going to do a find and replace. And then change that back to stakeholders. Now that should actually be a capital R. Update required by, yep, all right, cool. Now that should be an underscore. And this should be this dot required by model. Yeah, I know. I screwed that up. Massively. Hey, socks. She said. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to go through all of that again, but I'm gonna close that one. Reason being is I want to rename it here. It's a rename required by. Yep, all right, make those changes. And then I'll just shut that down there for the moment. This should be updating. No, it's not. That's all good. What we can do is we can go required by, and then required by, and then over here required by, and then we just delete that. No, it doesn't exist. Oh, okay. Is it a Vim thing? By that I mean a setting saying take the replacement value, then match. Okay, yep. It doesn't matter. We compile and then we test. It's how we do it. All right, stakeholders required by model. Yep, all right, do a bit of back stretch. So required by model, get this door, required by, yep, required by, Update change task required by, yep. We look at our console, cool, no issues, MISC. Required by, yep, cool. I do need to get rid of that. So as you could do, make a find value case, yeah. All right. It shouldn't be happening. Get the old stakeholders in here. Saying it's part of the is downtime. That's the is downtime. All right. Did you forget to remove it? It should be gone. Yeah, stakeholders doesn't exist in here. When you copy the stuff over, yeah, I removed it from here, I've removed it from here. It's only existing in here. Yep. Even searching the whole entire... Actually, that doesn't work because stakeholders right there. That should have picked up my search then. All right, Cypress integration, I'm going to close that. Near Beach, I'm going to close that. Change task, required by, yep. We need to also get this rid of here. Did you forget to save the file? It is saved. I've just added a comment to the end of it and just saved. It's going to hit refresh. It's still there. All right. When all else fails, I am just copying and pasting. Alright. Am I building is the next thing that I'm going to do. So sometimes npm run watch. I do know every now and then I do have these little hiccups when compiling, and what I do is I just rerun the compile script. All right. There, done. It was just a hiccup. Okay. So we need to get this information in properly. So what I want to do, change task information, change tasks. What we've got is in the data itself, and also welcome to Jared Wilkert. Welcome. I do hope you're enjoying my stream. So the change task required by, we need that information going up to the VueJS. So let's get rid of these from here because they're no longer needed. Oops, I thought I was in Vim mode. Scroll all the way down here. So required by, and then we just make sure that's this. Yep, cool. So we wait 1 second, we hit refresh. We're in our view tools. And then I want to look at the VueJS. So under change task, we've got required by, and it's empty at the moment. Ooh. All right, so I haven't done something right in here, and I know exactly what it is. I haven't actually stated it in here. to save. So we need state.requiredBy equals payload.requiredBy. Wait 1 second, hit reload. We hit MISC. We've got the required by up here now, and now we need to get it down here. So what we need to do is we now need to go to the required by. We've got the required by model. We should have that the same name. I'm just double checking by copying and pasting, like so. That should, in theory, get it. I'm just waiting for a second or two. I'm just hitting reload. No, it's not. Change task. Required by is getting up. This is just not pulling from the VueJS. I'm just double checking that we are hitting this. So console log getting data from VueJS. Alright. How old is this project? Alright, good question. There's 2 dates. So back in January 2017, I initially started the Git repo, but back in August 2020, I deleted 90% of my code. The reason being is I had developed quite far in the code and I wanted to rechange it. The old Nearbeach had stuff like I was trying to add in quotes, I was trying to add in time management, I was trying to add in this and that, and I was like, it's getting too far away from its initial scope. Where I just want to be able to manage a project very simply by grabbing the details that I need, so the requirement items and all that kind of stuff. I want to then deal with the projects and tasks, and then I want to deploy the project, so the RFCs, which we're currently working on right now. So yeah, yes, I burnt it all down. It is 100% better now. This latest release, which is taking forever to actually do, essentially does a little bit more burning. So we've destroyed the database and rebuilt up the database from scratch. I've removed all old stuff which is no longer needed from it. I've done quite a number of tasks to it. So sadly, 0.29 will need some help converting from 0.29 to 0.30, but I will hopefully provide some database scripts that you can run. So yeah, it's been a fun project to work on, and it has taught me a lot. So getting data from VueJS, getting data from VueJS. But it's not getting data from VueJS, and if I type in something here, it's complaining about the network, but we know about that. And it's not updating required by. Okay. Breaking changes, yeah. There's mainly the database. So what will happen is I've gotten rid of all the old Nearbeach stuff and restructured it for 2 main reasons. 1, to keep with the Django standard, and 2, to make it easier for people if I were to add on, let's say I've built extra functionality that wasn't quite project management system, I can build it as a separate app, and that way when you look at the tables and stuff like that, you'll be able to, alright, that's for that app, that's for Nearbeach. So it is getting here. So what I'm going to do, console log, I'm going to look at the store. Store.state.change task. Alright. The good old console logs to figure stuff out. You need to delete a piece of code. Alright. Nearbeach code or your work code? Alright, so reference store is not defined. Oh, well, yeah, alright, sorry, this.store. Oh my god, my fat fingers. I've got a late 2017 project at work. We're currently converting Vue CLI to Vite. Fair enough, good luck.
Just VueJS replacing Vue 2 libraries with our own custom components. Fair enough. That sounds like a lot of work. And then Vue 2 over to Vue 3. Now that was a big change for me. Some of the libraries that I was using, so for example, the RFC was using a wizard library. So when you created a new thing, it had little different pages and all that kind of stuff. Sadly, no longer works. I'm thinking of fixing up that tool. Only thing that we are sticking with is VueX, fair enough, instead of Pina. I haven't used that one, because at that point we'll have to rewrite like more than half the code. Yeah, fair enough. It is a lot of work upgrading. So yes, but it does need to happen sometimes. Sometimes you just get so much tech debt and so forth like that you just need to do it. And that's what was happening with Near Beach. There was a lot of tech debt and a lot of components which just wasn't working. Let's just say that. It was terrible user experience. So yeah. Pinera is amazing. If you don't have a ton of Vuex, I would recommend it. Oh, fair enough. Sadly, I do have a bit of Vuex, so yeah. My work, it's to support older Dell machines. Oh, fair enough. The fun of keeping up with the JavaScript frameworks, yes. So I am going to be scared once Vue 4 comes out. Hopefully it won't come out for a while. I'm just looking that up right now. Just because I don't know. Okay, 3.2. 3.2 I can deal with. It looks like they went up 2.7. So, yeah. That one, ends of life this year. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, you'll have to be getting out of that environment very quickly. To be fair, it's a once a 5-year upgrade, yeah. Oh no, first parameter cannot be passed as a date or time. Ooh. Someone quickly fix that. Yeah, I think Vue 3 back in 2020. Just wait, I'll bring this back up. I do remember back in 2020, Vue 3 was beta. I was trying to use it, but there was a bug with Bootstrap, and that's why I went back to 2.7. And I stayed with 2.7, and I think it was last year that I upgraded to 3. I forgot when. No, it wasn't last year. It was the year before. At the end of the year before, I upgraded to 3. There's no Vue 4 plans currently. Eventually, when they want to do things that will cause breaking changes, a Vue 4 branch will be created. But they saved up all the Vue 2 breaking changes for like 2 years ago. Fair enough. So yes, hopefully you'll stay in Vue 3 for a while. Alright, this should have compiled. So we're just going to open this up. So we've got our target, we've got our description, end date, is downtime, and required by. Oh, just wait. Do I have to have a return? I've just done something silly, haven't I? You can tell it's getting late. It's oh, is it really 9:45? All right, cool. Let's just say there we go. All right, now let's do the back end. So when we save stuff, so hello, smiley face. It won't hit the back end at the moment because we haven't created it. So I had 1 and a bit I left before we completed full rewrites at my last job in 3 years because breaking changes in the Python framework we were using. Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm hoping with Near Beach I'll be able to support both the latest versions all the way back to just before end of life. So wiki Python versions, and I've got to discuss something which I want to do with a friend is essentially build up a bunch of virtual machines or something like that. Docker component, most likely Docker containers instead of VMs, and then have different versions of Python running in there with unit tests and end-to-end tests just to make sure everything works. But that's an end goal. So I will support 3.7 all the way up to hopefully 3.12 by the end of this year. Next year. All right, 3.11 at the moment. Latest thing is Vapor Mode, which will be the opt-in option on per component basis to use the virtual DOM or the real DOM. Ooh. Depending on the type of component, VDOM or real DOM will be much faster. Expected to be released around the end of this year, but will be compatible with previous components. Nice. And also, yes, because all of a sudden you got to look in two different places. There was, what the? Sorry, I opened up my bookmarks library at the same time. I am fat fingering tonight like there's no tomorrow. There was something which I was hoping 3 would have, but sadly it's still in it's beta or something like that. Oh, what was it? I do want to add in TypeScript. That is one thing I do want to add in. And the reason being is just so developers are like, all right, that's going to be a string, that's going to be a number and stuff like that. There isn't a lot of complexity in NeoBeach, especially when dealing with the variables and so forth like that. Now I forgot what it is. I think it's part of the async. No. So the idea that I wanted to do with NeoBeach is, for example, when you load up, it'll only load the components you can see. So this change task information and this change links. And when you click on this, it will then load in this particular component and stuff like that. Because the components are really, really super small. You just click on them and then it'll add it in. But I was looking at that when it was in beta, but it didn't actually make it to release. And hello, how are you? So you can just turn on the Vapor for a slow component and see if it's magically faster. Only works with Composition API currently. They're not sure if it'll be able to get performance benefits to options, APIs, classes, APIs, etc. Oh, fair enough. All right, so we got this. I know. You need to tell me how to pronounce your name properly. I'm terrible with names. And how have you been, at least? Clicking will. All right. Clicking will automatically update the value. I've got that on the wrong one. Kobe Ashi Maru. 50-50 if I got that right. Alright, this is actually meant to be on downtime. Alright, what else do I need to do in here? Oh, I need to do the back end. The required by. So we're sending it to the back end. It's going to be update required by. So we want to go into here. We want to go in NeoBeach. View, not the views just yet. We want the URLs. And then in the URLs, we're essentially copying this. So this is fine. And then instead of description, we've got required by, update required by. We understand that that's going to cause an error, and then required by. Yeah, I know, it's an error. All right, views, change tasks. We are just copying those 4 lines. We are pasting it down here, like so. Update required by. I'm not going to worry about anything at the moment. So change task required by form request.post. If not form is valid, return sorry, it's a reference to term used to mean a no-win scenario. I think it comes from Star Trek as a test captain's. All right, cool. No, now I get the reference. Don't you worry. Sorry, I didn't click. Form dot errors, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to create a couple of lines. I am going to put this form straight in right now, just because these errors will drive me nuts. Essentially, it's going to be the same as this. You might as well type it in. So it's class change task required by form, and it's forms dot model form class meta model equals change task fields equals and then this is the change task required by. We'll have a quick look. Not the timeline components. Fields. Change task required by. Paste that in. Put that in there. All right. 2. Yep. Sweet. That's all. Everyone's going to be happy about that. All right. So what we need is get the change task. And this is simple change task results equals change task objects dot get change task ID equals change task ID, and then update the change task results, and then change task results dot. Now this is change task required by equals, and this is form dot cleans data. And then it is required by, I think, change task required by. Okay. And then change task results.save, and then just return fatigue response, and we're happy. Cool. Now I need to make sure the form in the front end is correct, so we need required by, coming down here, we need change task required by. All right. All right. Waiting a few seconds. I'm just going to hit reload. It's from Star Trek, meant to show people that there are some situations you can't win. And I've broken something. Okay, I'm just gonna hit stop. I think we had the exact same problem as before. Oh, and it reloaded. All right, cool. So we said when this updates. Okay. Internal server error. Is not defined. That is not defined because where is the change? No, the object. So this one. We need to put it up here. Like so. Got my caps on. And then we just go stakeholders or other. Now it looks like it's done it, but we'll hit refresh. No, it hasn't. Okay. Now what have I done wrong? So we've got description, update required by. If you don't know the Faraday Academy, you should follow her YouTuber that does mostly Vue and Django and Python content. Ah. Her robot emotes. Aw, is that Aw. Aw. Well, I'll keep an eye out for Faraday Academy. Thank you very much. There we go. All right, we'll quickly fix this up and then I'll probably call it there tonight. So I'm just making sure I actually hit here correctly. So stakeholders and other. So we are hitting here. So we do get the change task with change task ID. All right, cool. Change task results, change task required by, and then the forms, clean data. If I just skip over that. I know what I'm doing. I'm not sending the data back correctly. All right, I am going to untick that because now I know if I click on this, if we go to request, we'll notice I've just got stakeholders in there. It's not correct. All right. So what we've got to do is required by. Now, required by model. So that's not been updated. So what we want to do, console log. Let's put in the data in here. Let's put in the new data in here. Let's get rid of this. Let's just put in a required by in here, so it'll feed through perfectly fine. All right, waiting a second, hitting reload. MISC stakeholders, other. Waits a couple of seconds, missed it. Yep, there we go. So now if we hit reload, done, perfect. All right, I think this is pretty good. I've still got to do the MISC sort of stuff, but I can do that on the weekend very quickly, and I can clean this up very quickly on the weekend, and then we will have a look at our bugs. We're almost at 1,000, so we're at 998, very close. We do currently have 40 issues, which I've got to go through and prioritize and all that kind of stuff and figure out how to solve. So hopefully on the weekend I'll have time to note how I want to actually fix all a lot of those. So yes. Anyway, let's find someone to raid. Let's go Pirate Software. It's been a little while since we've rated him, I think. I'll
Hey, ChatGPT is...
just mute his thing. But anyway, thank you very much everyone for coming. It has been a very productive night. We are very close to actually finishing out the change tasks and all the improvements. I think on Monday I should be able to move on to fixing the bugs and so forth like that. So yes, thank you very much. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. Have fun.